Hey everybody, welcome to Randi and the Randi Sands and the Mediumship crew. And we're just sitting here tonight and we're laughing our behinds off because we're talking about funny animal stories. And George had a couple. You want to share them, George?
Sure, I guess so. I guess I have no choice now. Because I mean, being a little city boy, I'm not used to like animals and lizards and things, right? That just kind of that people experience every day in other places. So the funny thing is, for all of you that don't know, my family is from the Azores, and I actually live in the Azores, which are islands in the middle of the ocean in the summer. And it's pretty rural, right? I mean, my house is like in a village where, we're talking like, chickens, donkeys, roosters, pigs. I mean, you see it all, right? It's just
By
insane.
the way, we call Michelle Jack.
Jack. Hi, Jack.
What?
So
What?
Funny thing is, I have a, I think that was supposed to be jackass. Is that?
Oh, is there a correlation?
I get the, you know what? You might want to virtually slap her. Just go, do it. No, I'm just kidding. But
I don't have a virtually slap thing.
bad.
Channeling my slap now. Hold on.
Right.
Anyhow, so back to my.
Rudely interrupted.
I know, right? So my story is this. So I have a corporate America job, and I do all these calls virtually from the Azores, and like, they're not used to it, obviously, because everybody's in Silicon Valley. And all of a sudden, like a donkey will start going, making that sound the donkey does, right? And it's,
how's that go, George?
I can't even do it right now because I'm embarrassed.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny, actually. So I'll be on a call and a donkey be like, or whatever it does. And then they're like, and then everybody's like, oh my God, was that a donkey? Did you? And then they're putting it in the chat window. I think I heard a donkey.
Chat.
And I'm like, oh, and I'm like, it's not me. It's not me. And all of a sudden, the church bells go off. A chicken starts to like, whatever that thing is they do. And the people go, chickens? I swear I just heard a rooster. Oh my God. There's a donkey and a rooster on the call. The cat windows, and I'm like, okay, here's what's happening, everyone. I'm surrounded by a donkey, a chicken, and old ladies dressed in black who lost their husbands and have pet chickens. It's just what it is. I mean, it's just, it's crazy. Like, how do you explain in corporate America? You're in, you have a donkey in your yard. Because you're being nice to the lady who lost her husband, who doesn't know what to do with her donkey. And I mean, it's tough.
Just park it here. It'll be fine. Yeah, park your donkey.
And that's what she does. And I don't need to buy a lawnmower.
I told him it was a ringtone.
And then that reminded me of something that happened here when we first bought this house. There's a lime tree, and there were a lot of limes. And I went out and I'm standing by the tree looking at all the limes. I decided to pick one. And this big green lizard, it's not an iguana, but it has a yellow stripe. And this lizard jumped on my arm, ran up my arm, bit my earlobe, climbed on my back, and I'm standing in the yard screaming like a little girl. I'm bent over in half because the lizard's on my back. My wife finally comes out and I'm like, get him off of me, get a stick. Because she's going to use her hand. I'm like, he bit me. She goes, I know, you're bleeding.
You're gonna do cracking with a stick in the back?
She got him. What?
I didn't know iguanas were abusive.
This one wasn't an iguana. It was a different lizard. I think it comes from Cuba. So the lizard, she gets it off my back, and this lizard has the nerve to stand there like, I'm standing my ground. I'm not moving, you leave. But you should have seen me out there screaming like a little girl. It was, I'm sure, a sight to see.
Oh my God.
That is hysterical.
I have a lizard story. Can I tell my lizard
Tell
story?
it.
Okay, so
Tell me
here's
the
my
lizard
lizard
story.
story. Which, I should have told you it was a lizard story because it would have been funnier if I didn't. But here goes anyways. So I was in the Azores again on a call with my little headset on, being Mr. Corporate America. And I felt a little nerve twitching on my leg. And I was like, oh my gosh, there's like a nerve. And like, what is this, right? And so I put my finger on it and I couldn't figure out what the heck it was. And I was like, oh my God, okay, I'll stop it. So I stopped it. I went on with my meeting and I kept feeling it go, like that. And I'm like, so what is this, right? And I'm freaking out. And all of a sudden, I was just like, oh, what is this? And I got up and I like started shaking my leg, and this lizard, poor thing, was so scared. It came out, it dropped on its back, and it's flapping, and it's just like, ah! And I'm like, oh! And we're like screaming at each other because he's freaking me out. Him out, and it's just not a good situation. And then I noticed the squiggly's not. The thing is still. I feel like this nerve is still like squiggling around in my pants, and I'm like, what is this? And all of a sudden, I jiggle my pants again. All of a sudden, the tail comes out. It's like the tail. It was just the most horrible. It was horrible. And I think they do grow back, I hear, which I'm
I think they do,
excited
yeah.
about because I was so
Tail fell off in your pants. Oh,
I was like, oh my God, in my next life, I'm going to be a lizard without a tail.
oh my gosh.
It's gonna happen. We know how it goes, karma. But it's going to grow back. And I have a scenario for the one that was severed. And it was real
How many
scary.
people on your call had a heart attack? Oh my God.
And they're like, George, are you there? George, are you there? And, I'm like, and I would be like, ah, yes, I'm here. Fine, everything's great. Yeah. Let me just hold on 1 second. Somebody's knocking at the door. And I think it's crazy. And my husband Tim is like, what the hell is going on? And why is there a lizard without a tail? And I'm like, I don't know. And then the donkey starts, the chicken starts, the bell starts. Lady's banging out the door trying to give me fish. I don't know, man.
So,
Which, by the way, is another story for you about animals, which is, if you don't know this and you go to a country which things are different, going to the Azores, I think one of the scariest thing, and for all of you that don't know, I'm gonna share something, one of my deepest secrets. I am deathly scared of chickens. I will not even go near one. I am so scared. Okay, I'm like really scared. And what happened was, I was at home, another meeting, and I have my headset, and I heard somebody like, bang on the door, and I opened the door, and they're like, "Hi, I brought you, dinner," and it's a dead chicken. Chicken. I screamed so loud. I think I actually I may have wet myself. I really think I might have been that scared, and I'm not gonna lie about it. And she was so happy. She was like, "I killed this for you," and I'm like, "Yeah, you now."
Like, I prefer it already in nugget shape. Sorry. Yeah, no.
So these are the things that I go through on my favorite rock in the middle of the ocean. Yes.
Culture.
Oh my God.
so let me tell you another quick one, and then if either one of you have one, but my baby boy, he's my little cousin. He lives out in Palm Springs, and he came out here to Florida. And I wanted to show him a good time, so I took him down to the Keys, and there's a place called Robbie's where you can have, breakfast, lunch, whatever, and you can buy bait fish, and you can go down the dock and you can feed the tarpon by hand.
Yeah.
Big
Oh.
tarpon, like 6 foot long
I
tarpon,
don't know
right?
what tarpon is, but that sounds wrong.
It's a big fish.
How
So
big is it?
A big fish
here
that
we
he-
go, and baby boy he's a big guy, right? So he's now a sheriff deputy out there. So we're walking down this pier. I'm like, all right, baby boy, we're going to go feed us some fish, right? And he's like, yeah, we're going to do that. And I said, all right. So we decided I'm going to go first, right? So I'm laying on the dock on my belly. I take this dead fish and I go to hang it over. This fish jumped out of the water, I still have a video of it, snatched it out of my hand. I was like, whoa, shit. My voice went from, we're going to do this, to, whoa, shit.
Oh my gosh, no,
No, I
that
wouldn't do
happened.
that because my luck would be I would get a shark who was looking for food. It smells me a mile away and comes after me because I know how this goes.
No, see, what you don't know is you're afraid of chickens, and I'm afraid of fish. And so when we went, I think my husband took me and the kids to the same place you're talking about, Randy, because we go to this place, we're walking out on a dock, and there's this whole restaurant full of people sitting on outside. And so we're walking across, and they sell you this little thing of food to feed the fish. So I'm like, oh, cute. We'll just throw some little fish, food, and these fish will come up. So we walk over, and my kids are still, this is a few years back now. They're little. And so I'm already panicking because they're going to fall in the water. They're all hovering over the edge. So I'm holding their hands, and I'm like, okay, let's throw the food over. So my son takes this cup, and he's like, okay. Right? About 700 tarpon things start jumping, right? And I'm like, no, honey. I literally yelled, oh, fuck. Like that. Like, I mean, I'm screaming. I'm like, oh, my God. And I literally, I've got 2 kids. I scoop both kids up in my arms, and I'm booking it off this dock. There's people peeing their pants in the restaurant. I mean, they were watching pee, and I had no clue these fish were going to do this. I didn't know.
I'm never going to the Keys. Never.
I know. And the funniest thing is that I know we have it on video. I'll find that video for you guys somewhere because I literally was like, let's go get it.
Which, by the way, I think, being afraid of I can understand that. Have you ever seen those eels? The eels? What things? Yeah. What things?
I pet them when I go scuba diving.
Normal.
Oh. No, I'm so infatuated with Florida that when we went, the first time I went to Florida, my husband was still wooing me. We were dating. So he was taking me to Mickey Mouse Land. And first we went and saw like a space shuttle launch. And so we're standing on this little bridge and we're waiting for the space shuttle launch. I really wasn't impressed.
Okay,
and I looked down and I'm like, what the hell's that? He's like, it's a manatee. I'm like, it's a manatee? I'm the idiot now laying on the bridge, reaching down, trying to touch the manatee. I'm like, everybody, it's a manatee. And they're all looking at me like I'm an idiot. They're like, space shuttles getting ready to launch. And I'm like, there's a big fish right there. I'm gonna pet, because I'm not afraid of them. I'm afraid of anything else to kill them. I'm like, it is a manatee.
There's a water cow.
There's a water cow right there. I'm going in.
I don't know what a manatee is. What is?
It's a big animal that
it
look
looks
it up.
like an overcooked sausage.
You have to look it up.
Cows. Cooked sausage?
It looks like an overcooked sausage.
No, it doesn't, George. Look it up.
It was so cute.
This is why I stay on the sand and I do not get in the water. I'm not going there. I don't know what's in there.
Well, I'll save that for another day. Yeah, no, because I can't do fish.
Here's another quick one for you guys.
Yeah.
So I went out scuba diving I'm a dive master of probably 3 decades or so, 2-3 decades. So I went out diving with these 2 other gals. One was a dive master. The other had just become an instructor. Why? I don't know. Why somebody would want to teach people. I would lose my mind, but she did. So we go diving. And there's this one site where there's a lot of rays and they bury themselves in the sand, right?
Woo!
So we're out there and I see one in the sand. So I swim over to it and I take my hand and I'm going like this and it's moving the sand off of the wing. You've never seen 2 people go so fast. They went probably 30 feet away. They turned around and they're watching. I'm over there and I'm rubbing its wing and it's curling it up so I can rub the bottom. And then here they come. They go around the other side and they start doing it. Now both wings are up. But it was hysterical to watch these 2 take off like bats out of hell underwater.
I would pass a Snickers and be back on that boat in 4 seconds. Not happening. Mm-mm.
What happened to that one guy from Australia or New Zealand?
Yeah, wasn't that what killed him?
That's what killed him,
Yeah.
right? There's a reason God put them in the water and we can't breathe underwater.
I like that. That's true. Yes.
That probably is the reason.
And he knows what he's doing, or she, or him, or whatever, or both. No.
Yeah. No.
If they're not on my plate, I don't want to see them.
Nope.
Well,
I don't want to see anything on my plate. Mm-mm.
I think we'll leave you all with that for tonight. have a great night. If you enjoyed it, like and subscribe. And we hope you enjoy more of our content. Have a great night.